Matthew chapter 10, verse 28, Jesus tells his disciples whom he's sending out. He's already told them he's sending out like sheep in the middle of wolves. He's talking about the persecution they're going to face, the threats that will be against them. And so you can only imagine they're afraid of what lies ahead. And then he says these words to them. Verse 28, do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Rather, fear him who can destroy both soul and body in hell. So in the face of fear, this is what Jesus says to these disciples. He knows they will be tempted to fear man and what men can do to them. And Jesus says, man is not who you need to be afraid of. You need to be afraid of God. He is your ultimate judge, and he's the one who holds your eternity in his hand. Men don't hold your eternity in their hands. God is the one who holds eternity in his hand. But when you step back, this is kind of a weird way for Jesus to encourage these disciples. I mean, Jesus is literally saying, don't be afraid of men. The worst thing they can do is kill you. Don't be afraid of those who can just kill the body. That's the worst thing that can happen to you, is that you could die. People say, well, if I go to this place to share the gospel, I could be killed. And Jesus is saying, that's all? Don't be afraid. All they can do is kill you. I mean, does that really sound comforting to us? The reality is the only way that will ever sound comforting to us is if we have already died with Christ and we are so focused on eternity that nothing men can do to us even matters. You know, it was said of saints of old that they feared man so little because they feared God so much. So may that be true of us. May we fear God alone and not fear men. May we not fear what can happen to us, anything that can happen to us in this world, even death itself, because we know Jesus has conquered death and he holds our life and our eternity in his hands.